Today we're going to talk about aftercare. As a tattooist, you want to make sure that the person you tattooed, you've done your utmost best to make sure that there's no infection. So, good old antiseptic Dettol, disinfectant. I use that on everything. I clean the person's skin before I even start tattooing. Then I use stencil fluid or freehand drawing. It's always made sure it's clean. When you put the stencil on, then you obviously use Vaseline, which I do, and then you start tattooing somebody. For myself, I've made sure that my hands are clean, that I've used gloves. If for any reason you have to stop and they want to go outside and you've had to move away, you take your gloves off, put new gloves on. And so in your mind, you know that you've done everything you can. Green soap, love the stuff. You wipe that down. Once you're tattooing somebody, you can use Dettol. I put it in little spray bottles. I know the black one's Dettol, so that one stays with that one there. And I know that this one has got my green soap. Love green soap. And when I'm tattooing somebody, it bleeds. Obviously, you're wiping it down. Clean kitchen roll each time. You chuck it in the bin. I said you stop tattooing, new gloves on. And then once you've done that tattoo, you wipe them down. I also give people one of these, disclaimers. Avoid this, avoid that. You can get this off the internet. It's just a peace of mind for yourself. I said I have had someone recently, come back to me and say, "Oh, it's got a bit funny." People say, "Use Germany after the tattoo." Best one on the market, Bepanthen. That's what people suggest you should use. I strongly suggest you do not use Savlon. Don't use Savlon. For people like I have it hasn't worked. Germany's alright, Bepanthen's alright, but to be honest with you, realistically, you should follow what it says with recommendations. Once you've done a clean tattoo, you know it's clean. I suggest to people when they go home, just some soapy, warm or hot water, as hot as you can take it, and wash down the area, make sure it's all clean, and then you've got a good clean area. You sent them away. I'd Vaseline them, I wrapped them, tell them to go home and do that. Someone came back to me recently and said after 3 or 4 days that after I tattooed them, they didn't pay attention to anything I said, nor the paperwork. They went out drinking all night, fell in a bush. Alcohol is supposed to be no anyway. You get told not to use drink alcohol when you've had a tattoo. And same as smoking is not good for healing either. Anyway, then they said they went home the next day, the dog kept brushing up against the tattoo. Eventually they washed it, and it's gone funny. It will do. It started to go septic. They smothered it, loads and loads of Germaline. They got Bepanthen, because you get smothering, it's too much. It's already got infected. It's no good. I had to pop round there. Last resort, I washed it and cleaned it for them. TCP. I cleaned the whole area with green soap, and I put a bit of TCP, wiped all the made sure it's clean, and then I put some kitchen roll and I wrapped it. 3 days later, it's how it should be, and it's done. Do I want to tattoo that person again? No, I don't. Because it worries you. Even though it's not your fault, you still think to yourself that you could have done more, and you worry that have you not done it right? Which you have. You've used clean needles. It's all in bags. You don't mess around with any old ones. You've cleaned all your inks up, and you've used all the right things, and so you should do. And that's about it really today. That's what I wanted to say to you. Aftercare, it's their responsibility. As long as you've done everything you can do, then you have nothing to worry about. Bye.